Today we are going to study about the properties of binomial distribution. First we will check the mean of the binomial distribution. Now, as you know, if x is a discrete random variable, and if it follows a binomial distribution with parameters n comma p, if x is a discrete random variable and if it follows a binomial distribution with parameters n comma p, then f of x is written as ncx p raised to x q raised to n minus x. So, as you know, the expectation of a random variable x in a discrete scenario is given as expectation of x is equal to what, summation x f of x, right? So when you substitute the values over here, x into, instead of f of x you can write ncx p raised to x q raised to n minus x, which is equal to summation x, instead of ncx you can write as n factorial divided by n minus x factorial into x minus 1 factorial p raised to x q raised to n minus x. Now I am going to rearrange these terms. Okay, so let's see. Summation x into, instead of n factorial I can write it as n into n minus 1 factorial divided by, what about this? I am going to keep this n minus x factorial as it is, but I am going to change this x minus 1 factorial into x minus 1. Sorry, this was x factorial actually. I'm really sorry. This was x factorial, that was a small mistake. So this x factorial is now rewritten as x into x minus 1 factorial multiplied by p raised to x. So instead of p raised to x, I'm going to add a p raised to minus 1 over here. So when I add p raised to minus 1 over there, automatically I have to substitute, or I have to compensate this for this value. So I have to add a p over here. Okay, so that I'm going to keep it outside the summation, since this is a constant for right now. It don't have an x, it doesn't have an x over here, so I'm going to take this p outside. So p over here and p raised to minus 1 over there, just it compensates both the sides. So again I'm going to rewrite, instead of p raised to 1 minus 1, I'm going to write it as like this, p raised to x minus 1. I hope this is fine. Then multiplied by q raised to n minus x. Okay, now I'm going to cancel the common terms which is appearing in the numerator and the denominator. X and x gets cancelled over here, and n is a constant, so I'm going to take n also outside. So I get np summation, the rest of the terms, right? The rest of the terms, n minus 1 factorial divided by x minus 1 factorial, n minus x factorial, p raised to x minus 1, q raised to n minus x. Okay, this is what we get. Now, you have this np over here. Just keep this np right here. Okay, write this np over here. Now, you have to consider this term. Now, what is this term? Do you have an idea about this term? Is it familiar to you? Yeah, it is the one of the terms in the expansion of, when you expand this, actually when you expand this summation, what will you get? You will get a, yeah, it is a binomial expansion. And what is that binomial expansion? Can you just summarize it up and just remind whatever you have learned in the previous video? Yes, it is the, actually this is the binomial expansion of p plus q the whole raised to n minus 1, which is equal to np multiplied by, now what is this p plus q? That is actually 1, because in a binomial distribution you have studied that p plus q is equal to 1 whole raised to minus n minus 1 whole raised to n minus 1, which is equal to, what is the final answer? NP. So the mean of the distribution, mean of the binomial distribution is NP. Next property is about variance. So I hope all of you know how to find a variance when x is given, when a random variable x is given of the discrete form. And the formula for variance is mu2. Mu2 is the second central moment of the random variable x, and mu2 is equal to what? Mu2 dash minus mu1 dash the whole square. Of course, this term, that is mu1 dash, this is already being solved in the last property, that is the mean of the binomial distribution, and we got it as what? NP. So the second term is okay. Now we have to find out what is mu2 dash. So mu2 dash is equal to, I hope you all know the, what is mu2 dash? What is mu2 dash? Yes, it is the second row moment of a random variable x, and the formula is given by summation x square into f of x, which is equal to summation x square into, instead of x of f of x, you can write the density function of a binomial distribution, which you already know, ncx p raised to x q raised to n minus x, which is equal to x square. And I'm going to rewrite this ncx as n factorial divided by n minus x factorial multiplied by x factorial p raised to x q raised to n minus x. So in the next step, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite this x square also. X square, I'm going to rewrite it as x into x minus 1 plus x. So beware of the brackets that is given inside, into whatever that is written over here. I'm going to write it over here itself. N factorial divided by n minus x factorial p raised to x q raised to n minus 1. Now this is in the form of this term, that is x into x minus 1. I'm going to name it as a, x as b, and this I'm going to name it as c. Okay, so what is it? I'm going to multiply it like a into c plus b into c. So let's take a look when I multiply what I get. So when it is a into c, so a multiplied by c is equal to summation x into x minus 1 n factorial p raised to x q raised to n minus 1 n minus x factorial, right, plus b into c. What is b? X into n factorial divided by n minus x factorial p raised to x q raised to n minus 1. Now you will be familiar with the second term. What is it? Yes, it is the mean of the binomial distribution, that is NP. Okay, so that we can write it later. So now the second term over here is solved. You know what is this? This is NP, right? So if you don't remember it, just go back to the video of how you found out the mean. So you will get the answer. So now keep the second term like that itself. Now we have to deal with the first term. Okay, now we will rewrite the ncx into, in the next step we are going to rewrite some of the terms. So the ncx will be rewritten as n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 factorial divided by x into x minus 1 into x minus 2 factorial into n minus x factorial. Now here you would add a p raised to x. So that for that I'm going to write it as p raised to x, p raised to 2 multiplied by p raised to minus 2. So I'm going to introduce a p square over here. So at the same time I'm going to introduce a p raised to minus 2. So the effect is null. And then I'm going to write q raised to n minus x, which was written in the previous step, plus np. I hope you all know how the second term turned up to an np. Okay, so that is there, and then this is equal to, now what we have to do is some of the terms get cancelled over here, that is x and x minus 1. So x minus 1 can cancelled. Then yeah, so what I'm going to do in the next step is I'm going to take out n into n minus 1, that is I'm going to take it out because it is a constant. And I'm also going to take out this p square, I'm going to take it out, and I'm going to combine. So the p square is taken out and I'm going to combine p raised to x and p raised to minus 2, so that I get p raised to x minus 2 multiplied by q raised to n minus x. Then I'm going to write down the remaining terms over here, that is n minus 2 factorial divided by x minus 2 factorial and minus x factorial plus np, which is equal to n into n minus 1 p square multiplied by, now what is this term? This, when you expand, you will get the binomial expansion of, yes, p plus q the whole raised to n minus 2, and then the next term is np, which is equal to, now this you already know what is it, 1 raised to n minus 2 is again 1, so n into n minus 1 p square plus np. So this is your mu 2 dash. Okay, now you have to substitute this value where, in this formula, only then you will get the variance. Okay, when you substitute the values over here, you will get n into n minus 1 p square plus np, that is what mu 2 dash, minus np square, mu 1 dash the whole square is np square, which is equal to, I'm going to take these np and p square inside, so I get np square minus n into p square plus np minus np the whole square, which is equal to, this term and this term get cancelled, you will get this, and you can take this np outside, so np into 1 minus p, so 1 minus p is nothing but what, according to binomial distribution, 1 minus p is q, so that is why it is npq, and hence the variance or the mu 2 for a binomial distribution is npq, and the standard deviation, corresponding standard deviation is root of npq. Now, in a similar way, how we calculated, the way we calculated the second central moment, we will calculate the third and the fourth central moment. So that is up to you. I will be giving you that as an assignment. So the final answer for the third central moment, that is mu 3, is equal to npq into q minus p, and mu 4 is npq into 1 plus 3 into n minus 2 pq. Okay, now I hope you all know or have studied about the measure of skewness and kurtosis. Now, what is the formula for measure of skewness? How is it denoted? Yes, it is denoted by beta 1, which is equal to mu 3 square divided by mu 2 cube. And if you find out what is mu 3 and if you have mu 2 with you, you can substitute it. So that I have substituted over here, and my final answer is q minus p the whole square divided by npq. So beta 1, that is the measure of skewness, is given by q minus p the whole square divided by npq. And similarly, we can find out measure of kurtosis if we have mu 4 and mu 2 with us. So beta 2 is equal to mu 4 divided by mu 2 square, which is equal to, I have substituted the values, and then I have just rearranged the whole thing, and I got it as 3 plus 1 minus 6 pq divided by npq. Okay, now here you have to, here the problem is when beta 1, in the case of beta 1, when n tends to infinity, beta 1 tends to 0. That is, when n tends to infinity, beta 1 tends to 0. Okay, because here the denominator is n and there is no other value over here, so this, when this tends to infinity, the whole thing will become, or it go towards 0, and hence beta 1 will be 0. Then what about beta 2? When n tends to infinity, that is when n is large, beta 2 tends to, so this term becomes 0 and the remaining is 3. Okay, so what do you infer from these two? Now, why did you study the skewness? You have studied the skewness in the basic classes of statistics, and also about kurtosis also you have studied. So what does you infer from these two points? That is, when beta 1 tends to 0, it means that you get a symmetric curve, and beta 2 tends to 3 means it is mesocurtic. Yes. Next, we will find out the MGF or moment generating function of the binomial distribution. So I hope you all know the formula, that is the expectation of e raised to tx, which is equal to summation expectation of e raised to tx f of x. Instead of f of x, you can write down the density function of the PMF of binomial distribution, and that is equal to, I'm going to club this p and e over here. So p e raised to t the whole raised to x q raised to n minus x, which is equal to, what is this? Yes, it is the binomial. Oh, this is actually, if you expand this, you will get a binomial expansion, and that binomial expansion is nothing but p e raised to t. Instead of, usually we write p only. Now, so here we have clubbed p and e raised to t together, so you can write p e raised to t plus q the whole raised to n. So if you expand this, you will get, if you expand this, what the answer you get, it will be equal to the expansion of this term also. Okay, now again, since you know the MGF of the binomial distribution, by now you know the MGF of the binomial distribution, you will, by now you know the MGF of a binomial distribution. So it is very easy to calculate what the characteristic function. So how will you calculate that? Instead of, in place of t, you can put it. Okay, then you can substitute it, and then you will get the characteristic function. The only thing, the characteristic function is denoted by phi tx, and that is equal to what? P e raised to it plus q the whole raised to